Hello and welcome to week 5, the final week of AC1110 Accounting Fundamentals. First thing I want to mention is that it is the final week, so that means that the class will close as of Sunday at the end of week 5. So we want to make sure to get everything in as of that time. The most important thing, being the thing worth the most points, will be the final. So make sure to get the final in before the end of the class on Sunday of the final week being week 5. Now I do want to note that I will have the grades in there by the following Tuesday is the time frame in which I need to hit the grades in there. After that time, they will be out of my hands, and therefore I'm going to try to get the grades in there by the end of Sunday, and then you want to check them on Tuesday and make sure that everything's up to date. If you have any questions, you're going to have to contact me before the end of Tuesday, after which time I will not have any control over the grades. They'll basically be out of my hands for the most part. That being said, remember the contact information is down here with the name, the email address, and the phone number. We also have the online office hours on Monday at 6 p.m. with a different line, this being the conference call line, as well as a URL address if we would like to do screen share at that time. These are not required. They are office hours, so you could choose to go to them or not. But if you wanted to set up a different time in the final week, then you can contact me at this number up here or the email address, and we might be able to set up some other time as well. Remember that Amanda Edwards is available as well. I do suggest using this kind of software for meetings with instructors as well as perhaps other students who you can contact through the participants up here. This software in particular is Adobe Connect, but there are free softwares such as Skype or linked joinme.com are two types of software. Most people think of face-to-face communication when they think of this type of software, but these softwares also have just basically screen share ability. So if you were able to say, here's how I worked the problem and show the Excel sheet and show the numbers, to me that's would be very effective, the most effective thing to do, even more effective than the face-to-face communication. So that's generally what I would use this type of software for, to show the calculations on the screen and work through problems in that way. Now we also have the websites up here. So this website is where most of the videos are housed. So any of the videos that are on the Excel sheets and or in this course are generally housed on this website. If you save this URL, you should be able to access it at different computers and find it at different computers. If this is running slow, however, I know there's been slow for a couple people in a couple instances, then they're also housed on this URL channel. So if for whatever reason this one is running slow, then you could try to find them on the YouTube channel, which is this URL here. So you can go into YouTube. They're not quite as well organized, but they should be all in there somewhere. And I assure you, I have my immense IT team figuring out this website and trying to make it as fast as possible. But if you do go into here, then you should have the drop down for Charter College here, and we are in Accounting Fundamentals in this class. If you want to look at some future classes, the type of stuff that will be in there, you can do that as well. You can also go to just by topic and go see some of the information just by topic. It should have a page on this side as well, being Charter College down here, and just have the classes in that order as well. The YouTube channel, it could be accessed through this site as well, so you could go to the YouTube channel and find the related course that we are in this way as well, and then which is Accounting Fundamentals, and then try to find the videos on this side in that format as well. And obviously I'm going to go back to the cookie trail up here, back to Moodle Rooms. That's the same link as here. So if you went into here, this would go to the YouTube location. That might run a little bit faster than this website. Okay, so remember that the grades have to be in there by Sunday. So the gradebook is on the left-hand side. So basically your job is to go through and check everything off on the Moodle Rooms. Make sure that you're going into Moodle Rooms and basically checking everything off by week within Moodle Rooms. Even though the work is basically done in McGraw-Hill Connect, Moodle Rooms is where you want to check it off. Then I will get the grades in there by Sunday. And then, for example, the grades for like week 4, this assignment, for example, will change from a dash to either a grade that you have received on it and or a 0 if the work has not been done. You then want to go through and check off anything that has not been done, see if you can pick up the late work on it at that time. Generally, anything that is open, you can do. So if you go in there and you do the work and you have a 0 in it, and you go into Connect and then do it, then I will update the grades, but it won't happen until the following week generally, because for the most part, we take the Connect and I enter the grades in from Connect to Moodle Rooms basically once a week. So you want to go in and make sure that you have done the work, then make sure that it has been updated periodically within within Moodle Rooms once a week, which is basically Tuesday of each week. And the quizzes oftentimes you'll note that they will not be open past the due date many times, because they can't be opened unless there's an unusual circumstance. So if there is an unusual circumstance, you're going to have to contact me, and I take that on a case-by-case basis as to whether the time frame can be extended or not. Okay, so I'm going to go back up the cookie trail. We're going to scroll down to week 5, the current week we are in, the last week of the course. And we have the objectives. We've got the topics. We have the lessons. We're going to continue on to chapter 5 here, so we're not going into any new chapter. We looked at chapter 5 last time. We're going to continue on it this time. You've got your videos here, which are, once again, housed in this website, as well as they should be somewhere in the YouTube channel. So we have the discussion forums, the assignments, and the quizzes. I would approach these classes in this way. Make sure to get full credit on the discussion forums. Why? Because they're worth 21% of the course, and that's a huge part of the grade, and you have the most control over those. So I would aim for 100% here, and then you want to get as much credit on the assignments and homework as possible. Why? Because once again, you have the most control over those, and you have a lot of resources to get that work done. Now, I know that there's a time frame and there's a time constraint, and that's a lot of work to do. But given the resources, we should at least be able to pick up much of the points on these assignments. And then you want to go into the quiz, in this case, the final, with as big a cushion as possible, because the final's worth 33% of the grade. If you do not do as well as, well, not the final, all the quizzes, final and midterm, are worth 33% of the grade. The final is worth the biggest proportion of that 33%. So you want to make sure to do the final, even if you're not prepared for it. But if you do not do as well on these as you hope, then if you pick up 21% here and as much of these percentage here, then you should do all right. Remember, once you have completed these, this is where you want to check everything off. So you want to say, okay, I did the discussion forum. I did the Connect work. Even though we did it up here in McGraw-Hill, you're going to check it off here that it's done, because this is the sheet where you go in and say, okay, done this, done this, done this, because this is where everything is laid out. Then you want to go into the Moodle Rooms, done this one. Then you want to go into the homework, do the same thing. We did the homework and then do the final. So once again, most of the work is done up here in Connect, but this is where you want to have your organization be and just say, okay, I've done that, done that, done that. For the discussions, make sure to do at least 4 posts. I would do more than 4 posts to make sure you're picking up that information. If you're not getting full credit on the discussion forums, add a few more posts, pick up that 21%. The Connect assignment, this is the longest assignment, but you usually have a lot of resources for it. For example, if you go into Connect and we go into week 5, then this is going to be the assignment. This worksheet will help you with this assignment. And this assignment is going to be a longer assignment. It's going to go through the journal entries and all that kind of stuff, but the format of it is really on this worksheet. So you can get a lot of points by just opening up the Excel worksheet and looking at the format of the problem being laid out for you in the example problem of this paperclip. So you shouldn't get a 0 on this, although it is a long problem. I can see not getting a full credit on this assignment within Connect is not easy, but it is fairly easy to pick up a good deal of points using this resource to help with this problem. And then the Moodle Rooms, you can get the assignment here. It's going to be this assignment. And it's also located in Connect here. So this Moodle Rooms assignment, it's a paperclip. You don't upload it to Connect. Remember, don't upload it to Connect, but you could get the assignment here. The only reason this paperclip is in Connect is because some people skip it if it's not in Connect, because we do so much work in Connect. So download that worksheet, work it, use the resources, and then upload it here. There'll be a submit button here. This is where you want to upload that worksheet. The videos should be on the worksheet to help you work through it. It shouldn't be a long problem, too long of a problem really. And again, if the videos aren't working, then you could find them on YouTube or go directly to the channel here. Going to go back to the cookie trail up top. And we're in week 5. So then we have the Connect assignments. So that's going to be the Learn Smart assignment. So make sure to pick those up. Also want to point out that if you finish the Learn Smart assignment, then oftentimes it'll keep letting you in there. There should be only like 25 to 30 questions. There shouldn't be any more than that. If you happen to finish the assignment and then you go back in there and you notice there's 90 questions in it or something like that, then most likely what happened is you've done the assignment, and now it's just giving you all the questions that you can practice to help you to do the final. So make sure to make that distinction. If you got questions on that, let me know. I know it's not quite as clear once you do that, but if you go to the review page, it'll tell you that you've completed it, but it doesn't necessarily tell you that when you go into the Learn Smart stuff. So the idea of the Learn Smart is that once you're done with it, you can keep on working on it, practicing it, because those are really good to practice for the final. Going to go back to the cookie tutorial. Final is going to be due by Sunday. Make sure to take the final. Once you do so, they got the quiz here. The course survey. This is really an instructor survey for the most part, so this is really on the instructor portion, not so much on the Moodle rooms and whether you like the McGraw-Hill connector or not. But and my expectations on a charter expectations for instructors is around 90%. But if you have questions on the technology like McGraw-Hill Connect or Moodle rooms, then put those into the comments section, and I'll see if I can take those and pass those on to the design team who has control over what type of materials we use in there. All right, so that's going to be it for week 5. So have a great week 5.